quarterback. I would have liked to see Dwayne Haskins in this particular spot. I think he's a little bit more pro-ready. He's played in bigger games. He's played against better opposition. But to me, everything the Giants have done so far since probably the middle of last season hasn't indicated that they want a quarterback to look forward for the future. It seems like, you know, they're getting rid of really good players. Like, when you draft a player, the goal is for him to be a really good player.
For you.
Yes, a really good player for you. You want to, at some point, pay him what you think he deserves. And that's kind of how the ball kind of keeps rolling downhill. And so what's really puzzling is for the Giants to put all that value in Odell Beckham, develop him, and then basically hand him off to somebody else. And he is a extremely rare talent in the National Football League. And it would have been nice to see him paired with a nice young quarterback, to watch those two guys, along with Saquon Barkley, kind of usher in the new Giant football. And so, for me, everyone says they're going to draft a quarterback. I thought they should have took one last year. I kind of think they'll go defense. You know, they got rid of Olivier Vernon, a couple other guys on that defense.
That Landon Collins walked.
Yeah, that Landon Collins walked. They got to get their defense a little bit more beefed up. And I think here with the 6th pick is a you can't miss in a guy like Josh Allen, a pass rusher who just has a motor. He approaches the pass rush position kind of like a Von Miller, where he's not the biggest guy, not the most stout against the run, but you're talking about a dude who can bend the edge and really make it hard on tackles to try to block him when you talk about just the athleticism he brings to the table as a pass rush. So I would love to see him go quarterback, but everything that they've done has showed me that that's not in their future right now, at least for that 6th pick.
They need to get a quarterback. And if you have value on a guy, Skip, go ahead and take him. You can't hope, well, we got 2 first-round picks. We're going to take Josh Allen. Let's say we take a defensive player, and then we'll probably trade the 17th pick, and we'll trade next year's first to move back up. But you don't know what someone else is going to do. You don't know if you're going to be able to move back up high enough to get the guy that you want. If he's there, go ahead and do it. Skip, I always tell the story. Had an opportunity to get Google. $85. My people tell me it's going to come out at $85 for sure, Skip. I was like, okay, we're going to...
Your people?
Yeah.
You got like a whole team?
No, I had a couple of guys.
Financial advisors?
It's going to be 85. Everybody, all the analysts say it's going to be $85 a share. It opens up at 115. I was like, well, let's chill. Let's go ahead and get it. No, it'll come back down.
Is Google sitting there? Is Google sitting at number 6? Show me Google.
But here's the thing, though.
Show me Google.
Skip. You do realize in 1999 you could have bought Google for $1 billion.
So who are you taking at 6?
I would take, if they believe he's the guy, you take him.
Really?
Yes.
Do you believe he's the guy?
No, I believe...
I don't.
I don't either.
Here's the thing.
Thank you.
I don't either.
If Dwayne Haskins had David Cutcliffe as his mentor, Dwayne Haskins would go in that spot. Because you know what they're thinking, Skip? David Cutcliffe, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, can't miss. You know how that works, Skip.
Yeah.
Just like all those quarterbacks, Jeff Tedford at Cal. All those quarterbacks that came out of Cal and Jeff Tedford. Ooh, Jeff Tedford. Ooh, he's a passing guru. And they take him, and what happened?
What happened?
Exactly.
What do you see in this kid? Overachiever.
I didn't see enough of him at Duke.
Underarmed, no big arm, moves okay. He's a product and sort of a creation of David Cutcliffe in that system.
Right.
Did they win big? They were pretty good, but
They were okay.
Okay.
In a bad ACC, they were okay.
What did they do against Clemson? That's what I need to know.
No,
okay.
not much.
Okay, so I always, in these situations, I do think outside the box. But remember I said this because I just know what my eyes tell me. I don't watch coaches' tape. I watch a whole lot of college football on my TV, and I wait to see who pops, who leaps off my screen, who catches my eye. And I know what I would do at 6, and I know what I would do at 17. I told you, the second best quarterback in this draft is Will Grier. He's got, I read some quotes in ESPN, he's got the it factor. He's got a nice arm, and he big in big games against big teams. That shootout on that Friday night against Oklahoma was spectacular.
So you taking him at 6?
No, I'm taking him at 17 because I don't think anybody's going to...
Okay.
I'm taking him at 17 because I don't see any mock that even has him in the close to the first round.
He was off Joel's.
Our man Joe Klatt had him at 32 going to New England, and then he dropped off that.
So at 17, knowing you can get other value at other positions at 17, and knowing nobody really has Will Grier ranked in the first round, would you just want to jump in and take him in the first so you can have him on a 5-year contract? Or do you think somebody's going to somehow find out
Somebody
about
will
this
take
kid?
him after, between 17 and 32. Somebody's going to take Will Grier, I believe, and they might take him before 17. But I know who I would take at number 6. And I get you about Josh Allen. I will admit, I didn't watch much of him. But I'll tell you who I did watch, a whole bunch of games. You saw him a lot. Devin Bush is the best defensive football player in this draft.
Yeah.
I'm talking about football player. The great Derek Brooks was the roommate of Devin's father, Devin Sr. at Florida State. And Devin Sr. played in the league for 7 or 8 years as a safety. Do you remember Devin Sr.? Okay. The kids are all good athletes, but this kid is a really good athlete, but he's a chip off. In fact, I was texting with Derek this morning. I kept watching him this year at Michigan. I'm saying, he reminds me of somebody. It's Derek Brooks, because they're exactly the same size. They're like 6 feet, 230, 232. But could Derek Brooks go sideline to sideline?
You like him better?
Do
You like him better than the linebacker from LSU? Why?
I do.
Because boy, that dude.
Hey, Devin Bush is an inspirational leader as a football player. Hard-nosed, knows how to play. What hurt Michigan in the Ohio State game was he got hurt in the second half, and the game was still teetering, and then it went totally crazy. But that's, to me, at 6, if I want a guy who's going to make 10 Pro Bowls and be the heart and soul of my defense for the next 10, 12, 14 years, it's Devin Bush. That's just me. That's what I saw. That's what my eyes told me.
You just signed Ogletree.
Okay.
You just traded for Ogletree.
This is special now.
Okay.
This is trust me. Just remember what I said about Devin Bush. He's going to make somebody a real hardcore long-term football leader. That's what he is.
But I spent a lot of time with him this year, and his father as well, who was on staff. And you're right. I think there is something really interesting, and he hasn't been talked about a lot.
No, but he's going to go. He'll go 10, 12, somewhere in there.
But the thing is, Skip, if you've identified a guy and you need that position, you take it. You take the quarterback. Now, I'm not. You or I, D. Hall might not take him. You might not like Daniel Jones, but it appears from what we're hearing, they love him.
Now, is
that
the issue of them really loving him, or they just don't like Dwayne Haskins enough?
That might be a possibility.
So they just like, look, we got to take somebody.
Well, how about give up a 3rd round for Josh Rosen? Do you not like him? Because
I don't.
I think the price is coming down on Josh Rosen.
It could. So Dwayne Haskins, to me, reminds me too much of Byron Leftwich. And I liked Byron Leftwich, but I did not love him. And he went 24 and 26 as an NFL starter, played in 1 playoff game against Tom Brady and lost that badly. But he was pretty good, wound up a backup in Pittsburgh and won a ring with the Steelers. But that's who Dwayne Haskins is. He's a little slow with the ball, slow feet, a little bit of a product of urban system, great protection, and a track team of receivers. It scares me because I know he was accurate, but it was more dink and dunk accurate. I'm not sure how he translates. I just don't know if he's your face of the franchise. He's one of those guys that you'd be wanting, I need a little more. I need to see a little more, and I'm not sure he's got a little more to give you. That's just me. Long term.
Well, the Giants better find a quarterback at some point in time. Because I don't care who they get. They can get Devin Bush, they get Frank Bush, they can get Bush the beer. Until they get the quarterback, Skip, to solve what's going on in New York, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and that's my problem. When I watched this Giant team play last year with all the players they had, to me, the glaring need was quarterback. And you know, I know Eli's won 2 Super Bowls, but yes, they didn't protect him.
10 years ago.
If you had anybody that could just extend the play 1 second, I mean, Eli was looking, he kind of reminded me of Jared Goff as a rookie. I mean, he did not look anything like himself. But as the season went on, Eli started to kind of shake the rust off. He looked better.
As the games got out of hand, and teams started backing off and didn't
all he did was
then all of a sudden
it was dump it to Saquon.
He can't push the ball down the field. What? They're gonna run Saquon. They're gonna run Saquon in the ground.
Okay, I got you. So Gettleman said the other day, I'm just saying I won't force a pick. You can't draft for need. You will get screwed every time and make a mistake. If you're trying to draft a quarterback that you don't really love, like you say, at 6, I think, we got to get a quarterback. Let's try this. You will get screwed every time on that.
First of all, if I need food, I'm not going to the grocery store, even if I don't like the food, to buy toilet paper. Okay? They need a quarterback, Skip Bayless. Now, if you like a guy, go ahead and take the
well,
guy.
that's fine. But if you better love the guy at 6.
Yes.
Because that's your franchise. If you invest at 6 in a quarterback for the next 4 years, you're stuck. You know, that's going to be your project, right?
Yeah.
And if you're wrong, you're going to be really
And if you
wrong.
don't,
You're gonna
guess what?
miss the playoffs wrong.
And guess what? If you stick with Eli, you stuck for at least
Okay.
2.
Well,
They've done that too. Yeah.
they're in a tough
They're
spot.
in a really tough spot. Really tough.
And then look at what Dallas got. They got a 4-year quarterback. Look at what Philly got. They got a 4-year quarterback. And you got no, do this, Skip. But you got a 16-year guy that you think you're going to take you back to the promised land.
The promised land. Could be wishful thinking over there.
It'll be interesting.
All right, DeAngelo, good stuff. Thank you for joining us. We're going to go back to the Warriors. Could they actually lose?